Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing good today. Now, in my video, I'm going to be reviewing the Lionesses game tonight as we have lost 2-1 in the Nations League against Spain. And honestly, there is so much to talk about today, and I do appreciate anyone that is here watching me, joining in today in this conversation. As I just said, there's going to be so much to reflect and talk about. Yeah, I think Serena for me today, I think that was a game of two halves. I mean, in the first half, you got to expect that Spain, they're going to have a lot of the ball, and that's just gonna be the way they play, and you're not going to have a lot of the possession. But obviously, Russo scored an incredible goal, a really good ball. I think it might be from Kira Walsh. So I think that we still have those moments of magic there. I think it was, as I said, a great finish from Russo. And you always feel with Russo when she's one-on-one in the goal, she's going to score like one-on-one with the keeper. You just have that feeling that she's going to take that opportunity and score. So for me, I was quite content with that first half. But obviously, I was quite disappointed with that second half. But big up Ashik, big up everyone that is watching us. I do appreciate it. The second half, we did make quite a few changes, and it's an interesting one because I think a lot of people don't really agree with Serena's decisions. I think some of these players, this is a must-win for us. We should win this game, and I think taking Georgia Stanway off first of all, I think that was probably a bad decision because I think you could really feel as though she was really helping the defence in that midfield, and I just feel like you could really see how different we were when she wasn't playing. So for me, I do think in a way that was a bad decision for Serena to take Georgia Stanway off. I think Lucy Bronze Mead were doing really well, so I also think that was probably a wrong decision to make. And yeah, listen, they made a substitution and she absolutely did well. Pinas, we know what a great player she is. We've seen that for Barcelona. I mean, when Arsenal have played against them, they've been very good. So, yeah, I just think it was a poor decision tonight from Serena to change so much in the game. I know we saw a debut of Missy Bokens, and obviously I've watched her for a little while when she was at Liverpool, and I'm happy that she's getting this opportunity. But I do still feel as though maybe we could have brought someone else on as well. Maybe Ella Toon. Ella Toon did come on, but I think Ella Toon should have gotten more time. We saw Aki Beaver Jones get about 10 minutes, which was, a big problem. I think she should have had more minutes than that. And it was too little too late. And obviously, when we're in the Euros, we can't be making these poor substitutions, these poor decisions. And I think Serena's going to have a really big, Euros. And I think, it's really interesting going into Euros because obviously it won't be the Euros it was in 2022. I think it's going to be completely different. We don't have some of the players we had. Um, but yeah, it does feel a bit different now. Listen, I think today, the substitutions was probably the big factor in why we didn't win. I think we could have won that. We could have gotten something out of the game, but I think Serena made some big mistakes. Um, I do think when they equalised, I do think Hannah Hampton could have gotten that ball. I'm not going to blame her. I think defensively we could have done better too. So it's definitely a mixture. But yeah, I do. I mean, Hannah Hampton, I'm excited to see how she does get on in this tournament because obviously we saw Mary Earps. We've seen Mary Earps for the last few years in England. So yeah, I think Hannah Hampton was a great goalkeeper. So yeah, I think it's going to be interesting to see how she's throughout the tournament. Obviously, I'm rooting for her. I know everyone knows that I love Mary Earps, but that won't change. I still absolutely want the best for Hannah Hampton. I think Hannah Hampton does deserve this place number one. I think she's done a fantastic job, especially at Chelsea, and yeah, I think she's amazing. Anyone saying otherwise, I don't understand. So yeah, I'm excited to see how Hannah Hampton does. As I said, I do think she could have maybe saved that. I do think she could have got into that, but I don't think we should be too hard on her because I think defensively we gave too much space with Pina. You can't give a player like that much space. So I think that's another thing where we went wrong today. But yeah, I think today is definitely a learning curve for so many of these players. I think we have to do better in the Euros when it comes up to it. And I'd love us to win the Euros, but I know this time around it's going to be different, and it is going to be a different type of campaign for us because we're going to be without different players. And yeah, it is going to be different. Of course, it is. I think that we're just going to have to do the best. And obviously, I'm excited to see the players which these players will get announced because, I honestly don't know what Sabrina's going to do, which players is she going to bring in. That's going to be a really interesting one for sure. Um, but big up NS Sports TV. Good to see you here. Hope you're good. Big up yourself. I hope you're good. Always lovely to see you in the chat. But yeah, obviously today just wasn't particularly great from us. That second half absolutely changed everything. I think that, as I said, the first half we were doing well. I mean, Spain were doing well. They started off really well, but obviously that goal gave us a bit of confidence, and we got back into the game. But unfortunately, those substitutions really killed it for me. I think Stanway was probably the biggest one because I think she was really helping the defence. I think the midfield kind of changed in that second half. I think we really missed Georgia Stanway, and I think the midfield became a bit of a problem. Um, but yeah, obviously with the Euros coming up, I think it's going to be big for us to get things right, and I just really hope we can win the Euros. And yeah, obviously, today just was always going to be tough. Spain are very tough to play up against, and yeah, I think with the substitutions, I think Serena's got to be much better with that. And I do think she is at fault for a few of those things in the game today. So yeah, I think she's got to learn as well. I think it's a big learning curve for her. I'm also going to be doing some player ratings, guys, as well. I'll also be doing content throughout the Euros, just so you guys know. We'll be doing previews, reviews, all of that stuff. So please make sure to stay tuned as well. So yes, I'm gonna start off with Hannah Hampton. I'm gonna do some play ratings now. Feel free, guys, to join in, comment as well while you're watching this. I do appreciate those that are watching this as well. Don't forget to comment, do like, do subscribe, do all of that stuff for me to help my channel. Now, obviously, Hannah Hampton today, we did concede 2 goals. I think the second goal, I don't feel like she could have done much. I think Pina is world class, and I think that those goals are incredibly hard to stop. So I can't sit here and blame Hannah Hampton for that. I think she made some incredible saves at the start. I think that the equaliser, sorry, that happened, I do think she could have done something about it. I think her hand could have gone on it, but I also, as I said before, I think defensively we were quite poor to not stop it. And yeah, you can't, as I said, you can't give Pina that sort of space. We know that she is amazing. We know how good she is, and I just think that that was a big mistake from us in the game to do that. But I think I do feel content with Hannah's performance today. I think, as I said, it's going to be a big Euros for her. So for me right now, I'd definitely give her about a 7. I think she had a decent game today, and I think that yeah, I think she did good. Other than those 2 goals, I think when you're up against Spain, they're so good, and it's always really tough. Now, Lucy Bronze today, I think Lucy had a really good game. I think that she's a very reliable defender. You can always rely on her to do incredible. I know she played in Barcelona, so she obviously knows a lot of these players well and know how they work. I just think when she went off, I think the game changed. I think we missed her experience. We missed how good she is defensively. So I'm going to give her a 7.5 too. I think she did really well. Now let me go with Neve Charles. I think it's a very tough game for Neve, this one, because I think Spain can be quite physical, and I think they're quite difficult to deal with. But I still think she did a good job when she had to. So I'll probably give her a 6.5. I think she had a good game today. I would say that we could be happy with how she was and how she performed. I think that, as I said, I think Spain are very tough to play against. I think they're quite technical as well, and I think that they're just a team that sometimes some players can do really well and some players might struggle in. But yeah, I think you could say that she did a good job, really. Now let me go on to Leah Williamson. Leah, I think she had obviously 1 or 2 moments where she gave the ball away. Same with Greenwood, and I think, to be fair, we're quite lucky that they didn't capitalise. I think other than that, I think she did good. I mean, I think defensively we do have to cut out these mistakes. I think if you're going to have these mistakes in other type of games and more serious, I think it will cost you. So we are lucky these mistakes never cost us in this game, but I still feel quite happy with her game, how she performed. So I'd probably give her about a 6.5 or 7. I just think the way she gave the ball away at times, that could have costed us and that could have um, backfired. But thankfully it didn't. But Greenwood as well. I think I'm really enjoying seeing the partnership with Alex Greenwood and Leah Williamson. I think they're both two incredible defenders. I know at the moment Millie Bright will be back for the Euros, um, but with her taking a break, we are seeing these players have a great link up at defensively. I think the same as I said with Leah. I think that she did struggle at times. She gave the ball away, and as I said, that could have cost us. Luckily, it didn't, but I think we have to be careful in these moments because it can cost us. And yeah, against Spain, you really do not want to be giving the ball away. You don't want to be making these type of mistakes. So I think we do have to be careful, but I think otherwise, I think they did really well defensively. You know, Spain are quite intense; they're quite hard to deal with on the counter attack, and they're just so fast. They're just so good at what they do. So I think for us, we do, as I said, we have to be careful and we have to be at our best all the time because they're just they're so good. But yeah, as I said, I think otherwise than that, I think they both did good, bar their mistakes that they made. Now let me go on to Kira Walsh. I love watching Kira Walsh play, especially in England. Yeah, I love her balls forward. Um, Correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but I'm pretty sure she made a really good pass forward to Alessia Russo, who scored. And yeah, I just think that she's a very important player in midfield, especially for England over the years. And I think she had a solid game today. I'd probably give her a 7. I think that, yeah, she did good today. I think, as I said, it was a real shame Stanway came off because I think they've built a really great partnership over the years for England. And I think that definitely cost us in the game today. And I think things could have been a lot more better for us if Stanway would have stayed on. But yeah, I can't fault Kira. I think she had a good game, to be fair. Um, Now let me go with Stanway as I'm talking about her. Yeah, I love Stanway. I think she's a very important player. And then she just came back from an injury, and it's really nice to see her back in England shirt. And yeah, she was so important for us for our last Euros, and I think she's going to be really important for this Euros coming up. I think that her presence in midfield is so missed when she's not playing, and I think that I think today she had such an important role in this game, and I think, as I said, if she's not playing, you do miss her a lot, and I just really hope that she can stay fit and have a really good Euros for us. I really like Georgia Stanway. I think she's a very good player for us. I think she's valued as well. I think she knows how important she is for the team. But yeah, today I think it's devastating she got subbed off, but I think otherwise she did a really good job. I'll probably give her a 7.5 because I think her role in midfield is so important, and I think when she's not playing, you can really feel how when she got subbed off, you could really sense that some felt bad about the game. We really struggled. I think the changes just didn't suit how England play, and I think that I don't think it was the right thing for us to do. But I love Georgia Stanway. I think she's very important. I know she loves a goal against Spain. And I just think that when she's not there, you can really feel how important she is and her presence. So I was gutted when she went off, to be honest with you, because it does change the game for England so much. Now let me go Beth Mead. I think Beth Mead had a really good game today. I think a hold-up play is quite important. I was going to say for Arsenal, for England. I think Beth Mead's obviously such an important player for us England, and as I said, it was a real shame she got taken off as well. I definitely think those subs definitely costed us, and that's the real shame because her and Lucy Bronze were doing really well, and I was really enjoying the football. I just think everyone worked in that first half, and unfortunately those changes happened. But I'll give her a 6.5/7. Now let me go with Alessia Russo. Now Alessia Russo, I absolutely love watching her play for both Arsenal and England. I think she's an amazing player to have. I think she did good. Obviously, that goal was so amazing. That pass was amazing, and also that finish. I mean, it's always a debate if it was a foul or not, but when you're sort of one-on-one with the keeper, there's so much pressure on you to score, and she did that. Her finish was amazing to watch, and she is a joy to watch for both England and Arsenal. And yeah, she did such a great job, and I'm obviously so proud of her. And yeah, I think throughout the game as well, I think a hold-up play defensively, she stepped in when she had to, and I think she did a really important job today. Um, Be up Cooper, be up Victor. Hey, so rough second half for England. They were chasing shadows in their own half. It was a real like I said, it was a real struggle for England in that second half. As I've said, I do think the substitutions didn't exactly help us. I think I would have kept things as they were, and if we needed to change it, then you know who to bring on. But yeah, I don't particularly think that it worked for us in this game in the second half. And when you have a player like Pina, you just can't give her any space like that. And as much as I said before with Hannah Hampton, that I think she should have um, saved the equaliser, I still think that defensively we didn't do good enough to really defend that. And as I said, you could not give players like that space who are world class. So yeah, I think it's a mixture of everything. I think that you're not going to have a lot of chances in the game against Spain because they're so good. You're not going to have a lot of chances. You might have a few. So yeah, I'm a bit disappointed that we didn't improve in the second half, but I think the team selection didn't particularly work from Sarina. So I can't really fault the team too much with that. Um, yeah, so as I said, Russo for me, I thought she was probably one of the standout players for me. Great goal. I just felt like she was working really hard in this game, and I felt like she was giving everything that she could. And like I said, you just can't fault that really, and I really appreciate that from her. Now let's talk about Lauren Hemp. Now I love Lauren Hemp. It's absolutely amazing to see her come back. I know she's had such a big injury. She's been out for such a long time, and it's so great to see her back in England top. And I just love watching her on the wing. I do think in these type of games, you're not going to see an awful lot of her. I think that as I said, Spain are very difficult to play against. You're going to be quite defensive. You might have a few chances in these sort of games. Um, but yeah, I think she could have done a bit better. I think she was a little bit quiet, but I think that these games are quite tough to play in. So I'll probably give her a 6. I think Lauren Hemp's going to be very important for us throughout the tournament. As I said, these games that she's been playing, she's been so important anyway. So I think that, yeah, I think she's going to be such a crucial player for us. In the Euros, and as I said, I can't wait. I think this game is quite a tough one. Spain are quite difficult to play against. I think they're quite technical. They've got so much quality in me, and you got Bob Motte, Pateas, Pina, Caldente. It's just a joke the players they have there. So this game is always going to be really tough for some of these players. But yeah, I think we had a bit of a quiet game in the attack. I think it's going to be tough. As I said, we're not going to have a lot of possession, and we're not going to have a lot of opportunities to score or create chances. But yeah, I'd probably give Lauren Hemp about 5 or 6. Jess Park, I like Jess Park. I think, I've watched her in WSL, for a long time. And I think she's a player that's quite difficult to play against, to be honest with you. She's very good. I think as well, I think she had a good game, and it's really nice to see her start. It's really nice that Serena's given her this opportunity to play. Um, I think she did good. I'd probably give her about a 6 as well. I think that, like I said, happy that Serena gave her the opportunity to play. And I think the team in that first half, it was working, and I don't get why Serena has changed it. Like, if you know something is working, I wouldn't particularly change it unless they score, unless something, bad really happened. So, yeah, I was a bit surprised that, I know she came off as well, but yeah, those changes definitely killed us in that second half. Honestly, it really did. And that's a real shame because I was thinking things were going really well for us at that moment. But yeah, it is what it is, guys. I'm going to speak a bit about our substitutions because we saw a few subs. Jess Carter, let me start off with Jess Carter. I'm a big admirer of Jess Carter. I've watched her at Chelsea for a while. I've watched her the Euros especially. She impressed me. But I've got to say, I think today there was a few moments she did struggle. I think she found it quite hard defensively. I mean, there was a chance where one of the Spain players just ran off and she just couldn't catch up. So I think that I wouldn't say she had her best game. I think she probably struggled as well. I think a lot of these players are going to struggle against Spain because they're so high intensity, and I think she could have done a little better in some opportunities. I'll probably give her a 5. She came on for a little bit. I would have kept Lucy Bronson, as I said, so I wasn't with Serena on that one, but I don't think she did really bad, to be honest with you. We saw Kelly actually come on, and we saw Kelly get some minutes, which I'm very happy about. Kelly's obviously, happy at Arsenal. Hopefully, she will stay at Arsenal. But you can really see that her mood has changed, and you can really see that she's enjoying the football. I think the team struggled at times with the rhythm of Spain, their physicality, and how they played. So, I think for us, it probably was a difficult one. Um, I think she did the best she could. I think defensively she did a good job at times, but as I said, I think the team struggled to get past some of these Spain players. So I'll probably give her 5 to 6 as well. Now let me see who else came on. We saw Ella Toon come on, and we saw Beaver Jones as well come on. I just wanted to read out this. Big up David James, Spain quality. That's why the world. Yeah, exactly. They won the World Cup for a reason, and they're so amazing at what they do, and they're so difficult to play against. I think, as I said many times, if we would have kept things as they were in the game, I think we could have won that, or we could have got a draw or something. I think that, as I said, I don't think those substitutions really were the right one for us, to be honest with you. And I think that's probably why we struggled so much. But yeah, Spain, I'm not taking anything away from them. They are so great at what they do, and they're really tough to play against. I'm not gonna lie, they really are. They're a tough team. But these are the games you want to be in, and yeah. Now let me Ella Toon. I can't. I don't think I can really give Ella Toon a big result because I don't remember what minute she came on, but I know she had maybe about 20 minutes. I would have actually brought on Ella Toon a lot sooner. I think she's definitely an impact player. I think she's someone who can come on and really change the game, and I don't think we had that. I don't think that she had enough time, and yeah, I would have brought her on maybe. If we are going to make any changes in 45 minutes, I would have probably brought her on because, as I said, she's an experienced player and I think she's at that high level and she's just so good at what she does. So, yeah, I probably would have brought her on or kept the midfield how it was. So, yeah, these are changes that I probably would have kept. But yeah, Serena obviously felt something needed to change. She wanted to give Bo Kearns a chance. Now I'll talk about Bo Kearns in one sec. I just wanted to say Beaver Jones as well. I can't really give her a high mark. She came on for like 86 minutes. She came on and the game ended 96. So yeah, I don't think she could have really done too much. I think it's probably harsh to give her a result because she didn't exactly have a lot of time when she came on. And she's obviously a very exciting player and she's got such a bright future ahead of her. I definitely think she will be in the Euros this summer and yeah, going to be excited to see her play. Never give up mentality is something Arsenal men haven't got through this season a little bit, yeah. Yeah, so Missy Kearns played, and I think Serena wanted to give her a chance and give her some minutes. I don't know if she's going to be in the Euros. It's so hard to judge right now. Let me guys know if you think she'll be in the Euros. I think that it was nice to see her play, but I don't think it was the right substitution. I think she deserved to have a debut today, but I think that the midfield, I just think with Georgia Stanway going off, it was lacking something, and I think that it struggled a lot in that midfield. I feel, and I just think it probably wasn't the right substitution. Maybe bring on Toon, maybe bring on someone a little bit different. She had some opportunities. I don't think it was really her fault. I think we should have just kept Stanway on and maybe brought her on a little bit later in the game, or I just think Stanway was really missing that game, that second half. I think that she was sort of like the missing puzzle a little bit. So yeah, I think Missy Bo Kearns, I'd probably give her 5 to 6. I think that it's a debut, and I think people need to not be harsh on her and remember that I think if we would have kept other players on, maybe things could have been different. But I do think we found this game a bit difficult, to be honest with you. I think that when you're playing against Spain, it's going to be tough. It really is. They're a great side, and they're always quite difficult to play against. But regarding Serena, I do think, as I said in this video many times, I do think she made a few mistakes by, with the players. I think she should have just kept it how it was, or maybe brought another tune. Um, I think we lost because of no substitution. I do believe that. I think that's a big problem, really, because we need to be doing much better in these moments. And when you're playing against Spain, you need to win, and especially in the Nations League, we needed to win today, and we haven't. So yeah, I think Serena has, got a few lessons to learn. And I do think she needs to be doing better in these moments. So yeah, Serena for me maybe gets a 4 or 5. I just think the first half was going well, and the second half everything seemed to change. I don't know why she took some of our defenders off. I don't know why she wanted things to change so much. I definitely think that had an effect on us and the team. And yeah, definitely we struggled today. We did lose, but obviously with the Euros coming up, it's going to be massive for England, and I'm pretty sure we will hear soon which squad will be going to the Euros. So I will be doing some content regarding that. And I do appreciate you guys watching. I will stay on for maybe 5 more minutes. I just wanted to briefly come on here tonight. I don't want to come on for too long. I just wanted to pop in, say hi, do a little video about, the Lionesses, as I will be doing a lot of this sort of content throughout the summer anyway. But I just wanted to thank you all for your support as well. And obviously, it wasn't meant to be today. I think we kind of think some positives. I think the first half we did really well. I think we were the better side. I think we did well when we scored. We took our chance. I do think they should have had a penalty, though. Having said that, in the first half, I think we got lucky as there was no VAR. But yeah, I am proud of the team for doing so well in these tough moments, because Spain are probably the hardest team to play up against, and this will all prepare us for the Euros coming up. And yeah, guys, it is going to happen in July. I think it's the 2nd of July. I think it's going to be really tough. I think it's going to be different because we're going to have a lot of different players. And obviously no Marriott. So it's going to be different, and that's okay. And I think it's exciting to see some of these younger players get an opportunity. And I'm excited to see what the future holds with the Lionesses, with the Euros, and just to see what we can do in the Euros, if we can win out of us to go all the way. But honestly, just never know. Spain is so good. And it's going to be tough, when you're playing up against so many incredible teams. And yeah, it's going to be tough. I just wanted to answer this. AFC Euros, what's your favourite Lionesses player? That is so tough, really, because I love them all. I really do. It's really difficult to pick my number one favourite, because I think since the Euros, I mean, I've been watching them before the Euros, but I think the Euros, a lot of these players became my favourites, and it's so difficult to pick one. I do really like Russo, obviously. Before Russo came to Arsenal, I loved watching her when she was at United, when she was at Lionesses, and that back heel in the Euros was amazing. So I've always loved Russo. I think she's amazing. I think it's so tough to pick. Beth Mead, obviously, I love her. Toon, Erbs will always be one of my favourite Lionesses of all time. I think she's a very great player, special person as well. So yeah, Georgia Stanway, it's just endless. I could just name you all. Leah Williamson as well. It's so tough to pick one player that I love, because I think they're all so special, and I think they've all done such a great job to inspire so many people over the years. And yeah, it's so difficult to pick who I would, my favourite Lioness player. Obviously, I love the Arsenal girls with the Lionesses. I think they're amazing. But yeah, it's a tough one to pick. But I think Russo and Leah are definitely up there as my faves. Can we win the Euros? I hope so. I think it's, like I said, it's going to be different this time around. I think that when you're in competitions, things are different when you don't have players you used to have. Obviously, we know some of the players retired, like Jill Scott, Ellen White, Mary Earps, and obviously some of these players, I know Ruben Moy probably won't get picked for the Euros because she's not had much game time, which devastates me. But we still have the experience and we still have a great opportunity to go and win. I don't see why not. So yeah, it's going to be a real tough one, but I obviously am backing the team all the way to do it. I do have the feeling that some fans think with Serena that maybe that spark has gone a bit, and I think with the Mary Epp situation, I know I did a video on it, but I do I wouldn't ever have. I don't think Mary Epp deserved to be dropped, but I also don't think Hannah Hampton deserved to be the second choice goalkeeper because she's so good. So I think it was a very difficult decision to make. For Serena, she's had to make some tough decisions, and I obviously admire her for doing what she's done. But this summer, I think we have to get it right. We have to win, and I really want the team to have so much success. I would love us to win it. Obviously, it's in Switzerland, so it will be a bit different this year. And obviously, when it's on your home, when it's England, it's obviously nice to be at your home. I don't think it will ever be as magical as it was. In 2022, obviously, Chloe Kelly, that goal. I just think that feel, I probably won't feel like that again if it happens. But I think how amazing that tournament was. Everything just felt like it was going right for us and it felt so magical. So I know this time around it is going to be different. Of course, it's going to be different. Other teams have improved and yeah, I think it's going to be so tough. I'm obviously excited to see, new players get these opportunities and obviously I really want these players to do well that come through. Even though I love Mary Epps, I'm obviously rooting for Hannah Hampton, rooting for all these players to do well. But obviously Serena today did make a big mistake, so I really hope that she can get it right for the Euros. But yeah, I don't see why not. We can't go into the Euros believing that we can do it. We've done it once before. I have no doubt that we have the opportunity to do it again. So yeah, I do really hope we can do it. It would be so amazing to bring it home, to bring that trophy home would be um, a dream come true. But we're going to have to see what happens. Like I said, we've got a little while now. I think it's 4 weeks until it's on. I think we might have another friendly just before it. So, yeah, it's going to be, as I said, Serena will probably do her team. I don't know if it's true, but I heard someone say that it'll be announced on Thursday. I'm pretty sure it will be announced very soon. So I will obviously do a video on the players that do get announced. I'm so fascinated to see which players do go to the Euros. I think Russo and Agnew Jones would definitely be going as a strikers. I think defensively, as I said, Millie Bright has taken some time away. And I hope she's okay. I know I'm Arsenal and she's Chelsea, but I think she needs probably some time as well. She had such an intense, season, and she's played a lot of football. So I just hope that she can take some time that she might need for herself. But yeah, she's definitely going to be coming. I'm excited to see how we do in the Euros. I'm very, very proud of the team, no matter what. And I do fully believe that we can do it. I think it's going to be so tough. As I said, I think a lot of teams will have improved since a few years ago. There's going to be different players in the squad, of course. But we don't. There's no reason why we can't back ourselves to do it. We've got so many incredible players, and we'll have new players, like I said, coming through. And I'm really excited to see how they do. I think it's only a positive thing. But big up to everyone as well that is watching this. I am going to round this up in a couple of minutes. So if you guys have any last questions, don't forget to send them in, as I do really appreciate you all watching this tonight. Like I said, I will be doing lots of stuff regarding the women's team, Arsenal women, Arsenal men, the women's football. I might do a mixture of content this summer because obviously the season's done. So things, will be a little bit different. But yeah, I'll be doing lots of stuff. I will always let you guys know when I am uploading, as I do put on my Twitter, my Instagram. If you guys do want to ever check anything out like that. But yeah, I do appreciate you all watching this. I'm always so grateful for your support, guys. You always do come in, show your love on my streams, and I'm so, so grateful. Um, So yeah, big up to everyone as well. I just want to check I've not missed anyone. Yeah, I do appreciate you all that have watched this. As I said, I'm not sure if I'll be doing watch alongs. But I will definitely be doing previews, reviews. I might be doing stuff on other people's channels as well. So yeah, do keep tuned for that as well, because I'll probably do a bit of everything. To be honest with you guys, I will be here doing stuff. As do you know, I don't actually remember if I did much on the Lionesses in the Euros or if I just did reviews. I honestly don't even remember. I might not have even done any stuff, but yeah, this year I'm definitely going to be here. I'm going to be here doing content, doing all that stuff. I might do a few watch alongs as well. I'm not 100% sure yet, but I will absolutely be here. So yeah, do stay tuned for all of my content coming up. Big up AFC always, it says big up. Thank you so much for your comment as well. I do really appreciate it. I do appreciate anyone that has any questions as well while I'm doing my streams to watch, my stuff as well. And yeah, do comment down below, guys, if you have any last questions. I will probably round this up at 40 minutes, so I'll probably stay on for 5 more. I was gonna only do half an hour today, but I just love having these chats with you guys. I find these videos so much fun. And yeah, I just really love this type of content I do for you guys. Yeah, so appreciate you all joining in today. If you are watching this, guys, don't forget to like this, do subscribe as well. I want to get to 3.3k and hopefully get to 4k by the end of the year. It'd be amazing to grow and improve and keep doing my stuff. Yeah, I am going to do different type of content throughout the summer, hopefully interview different types of people in football. So yes, there's going to be a lot of stuff coming out. AWFC Fanta's most underrated player. If that's to do with the Lionesses, which I presume, because that's what we're talking about, that's a, that's a tough one actually. The Lionesses. I think someone like a Grace Clinton is probably underrated. I really like watching her at United. I think she is a great talent. I mean, I watched her when she was at Spurs, which was horrible because she was so good for them. But yeah, I think she's such an underrated player. She's just so good at what she does, and she makes it look so easy. And she's going to be so pivotal for us for the Euros this summer. And yeah, I just like how she plays. Like I said, she makes it look so easy, and she's just such a joy to watch. I feel, yeah, I just think at United, I think she'd probably be there for a little while, but I think that so many bigger teams could snatch her off United because that midfield, she's just so good at what she does. She makes everything look easy. She gets you goals. She gets you everything. I think she's a great playmaker. She can help you create chances as well. And I think as well, we kind of know as fans, we do know that connection with Keir Walsh, George Stanway, it really does work really well. But I think it's always good to have another option as well, to have some changes in the team. So I do think she is going to be very important for the team. I would also say Jess Park as well. I think she is quite underrated. I think she is such a great player to have around the team. So I think we're quite lucky to have such a great England squad. We're so lucky to have so many amazing players in the team. So Jess Park, obviously, amazing player for City. I know she's been at Everton as well. She's had some great spells there. And it's really good to see her now get this recognition that she deserves, because I just think that she's so amazing what she does. She gets the goals, she's got the pace, she's got the skills. Like, she has everything that you need in a player. If you need her as a player, she has everything that you need. So um yeah, I do really like her. I really value her as a player. I think she's so special, and yeah, I think she's just so underrated. I think I'd probably go Grace Clinton and Jess Park if I had to pick, because I think they're both so good. Big up Pablo. I do appreciate you popping in, as you have been watching my shows lately. I hope you're good. Hope you're having a great day. And yeah, thank you so much for popping in today. I am going to round the show up now, guys. I've been chatting for about 40 minutes. I do really appreciate you guys coming in today. As I said, I'm going to be doing a lot of different content this summer, with mainly the Euros, transfer videos with the men and the women's team. I know if the women's team, the transfer window isn't open yet. I think it opens maybe on the 8th of June. I can't actually remember the date, but I think it's just in a few days. So it's going to be exciting to see what does happen in the WSL with Arsenal women. And obviously I will probably interview some people this summer around football. So yeah, a lot of content will be coming your way, but I do appreciate you watching my show tonight. Thank you so much for your support. And yeah, I hope you do have a wonderful evening, and I'll be back very soon. Bye, guys.